Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So let's continue our Oracle Fusion session here. Okay, in the previous session we have completed. We have seen how to import the invoices through FDI, that is via spreadsheets, and we have also covered in the last session about the debit note and the credit note. Okay, so now in this session we are going to see the payment process request. Okay, that we are going to see how to create a payment process request. So what do you mean by payment request? Okay, so Oracle in this Fusion Payables, we receive requests from internal or external sources to disburse funds to payees that aren't defined as suppliers. So the payables records these requests as payment requests. Sorry. Internal payments requests can come from Oracle Fusion receivables and Oracle Fusion expenses. Okay, okay. And we can create a payment request from receivable for a customer refund or from expenses for an expense report. We can disperse the funds and manage payment process using the payment management functionality in payables. So payment requests from external source can be imported using BDI, as we have not seen yet. Okay, or for making one-time payments, or we can import, update, approve any transaction. So in this payment process request, okay, we are going to do the, after creating certain invoice, that is, first we select the invoices. Okay, next we are going to build that invoice, or you can say build that payment process, and after that we can format it, and then we can confirm the payment at this is the last stage. So uh, so if so in doing payment process request, we are going to do this for this four types of functions. Okay, so first we are going to create some invoices, as I have already shown told you and explain you how to create an invoice. So let's go and create certain invoices. Okay, so we create certain invoices. Okay, so we create invoices, and while creating the invoices, as you know that we are requesting for the payment, so we have to create the certain payable groups or invoice groups. So okay, so first we are going to create the invoice. We will search a business unit, that is PRA. Okay, the supplier is test 1, as we have created. Okay, so now we will give this invoice number is 11, and the amount for this invoice is 5000. Okay, it will be a standard invoice, and remember, we are requesting for payment process, so always the payment terms will be immediate, not we are taking like 5, 10 or 15 days or net 45. Okay, so the payment terms will be immediate. Okay, uh, so we give this invoice name to be ABC1. Okay, the line we have to provide that for which what is this? It will be a standard invoice. Okay, okay, let's log in and log out again. The site is doing really slow up, or something error is showing today in this site. So let's go and create again an invoice. Okay, let's log in it. First of all, we were going to do the default, okay, through the profile values, so make the business unit defaulted while creating the invoice. So again, as I told you in the last session about how to make this default. Okay, from the setup and maintenance, from the search, we have to search it down the profile values. Okay, so profile values, again here in the manage administrator profile values, Here we have to search default business unit. Okay, so we'll select this default. Okay, we click save and close and done. Okay, I'll log in and log out, so the effect of this default will be done. Okay, so let's sign in again and we create the invoice now. Okay, we are going to create the invoice. So it's still not given the effect. Okay, as I told you, the site is really slow. Okay, we give again number 1 5,000. We provide this ABC1. Okay, it may be because of the period is not open yet. So let's go and see whether the period has been opened up or not. Okay, here we can see manage accounting periods, search a we search a business unit. Okay, so let's click on. Okay, so here the period is not been opened up. Okay, so we click open target period first, open target period first for the August 2024, and we click OK and yes. Okay, as I told you, without opening this period where we are creating the invoice will not be created. Okay, so we have to create first the period in which we are creating the invoice. Okay, so let's create an invoice now. Okay, so we'll create the invoice. So we create invoice again. Here we'll search a business unit and we create the invoice. Let's see it will allow us to create or not. Let's select ABC1 and the number is 11. The amount will be $5,000. It will be a standard invoice. Yeah, okay, so now create 5,000. The distribution set we have already created. We will just take it the rent because we are just creating the payments. Okay, here we will validate first the invoice. Okay, the invoice is validated. We create a save and create the next. Okay, again we search it out and let's create another invoice here. Okay, the invoice number is 12. The amount will be 2,000. It will be a standard. It is the same as invoice group as it is one. Okay, we create this. So we provide the invoice number to 2,000 is the amount. We will give distribution set to the rent. Okay, and we validate this. Okay, it will be validated. Now we create another invoice, but we will choose different invoice group. Okay, we will give ABC2 to this invoice group. Okay, the invoice will be 13 and will provide the amount is 25,000. We will create the same. Okay, and we validated this. Okay, we validated and create save and create the next one. Okay, so now we create this invoice with the invoice group now. Okay, with the invoice group as well and with the payable group as well. Let's see. Okay, we create the second fourth invoice. We create this fourth invoice PRA. Okay, we provide the test supplier. Okay, it will be ABC2 for, and now we will give the amount of 1,000. Okay, and we will provide this here. Okay, 1,000 Okay, now before validating this invoice, the invoice group we has provided is ABC2. Now we will provide a pay group to this invoice. Okay, so we will cover all the information, all the permutations to this invoice, to this payment, to this payment process. Okay, request. So from here invoice option we click on manage installments, and we will see here is the pay group. So we will choose the pay group domestic here. Okay, so it will be a pay group with domestic with invoice group ABC2. We click save and close, and we validate this invoice. Okay, we create the last we will create one more, so all the variations will be covered for this topic. Okay, great. Okay, now we are not creating any invoice group here. We just remove without invoice group. We give the amount to 6,000 here. We are not creating any invoice group here. Yeah, but we will assign this invoice to a pay group, that is the domestic. Okay, or the amount will be 6,000 and the rent. Okay, now from again here in the invoice option manage installments, we select the domestic. Okay, we click save and close, and we validate this invoice. Okay, we click save and close. Now let's see, let's refresh it and see all the 5 invoices we have created and validated. So now this is the test one here. So the invoice is invoice 1 2 3 invoice 111, invoice 12 13 14 and 15. So we provide the group ABC1 here ABC1, here we provide ABC2 group, here we provide ABC2 group with the pay group is domestic here. Okay, and here we don't provide it. So now so these invoices we have created, and the invoice group and the pay group we have assigned to this invoices. Now from where we will okay, sorry. So from where we have, so we will go to the payments window to create to submit the payment process request, to create the payment request template, or to manage it. Okay, here from payables option under the payments you will see a task list. Okay, under task list, from this task list you will see 3 options we are going to use, that is submit payment request, payment process request, manage payment process request, and manage payment process request templates. Here we will request template. So first we will see the submit payment request. Okay, here we submit the payment process request. After creating the template, we will name this, the template will create it. Okay, suppose we have created the ABC group. Okay, we have created the ABC1 group, so all the 2 invoices will be taken with this ABC1 group. Okay, suppose we have taken the ABC2. Okay, so all the invoices under this invoice group will be taken as a request. Okay, now suppose if we don't want to request with the invoice group, suppose we want to give the test one, that is a supplier. So all the invoices we have created will covered up in this here. Suppose there is a payment method we have chosen the check. If the different payment method is chosen with different supplier and with different invoices, it will be created here. The supplier type, if we have selected any supplier with that supplier type, so we this options will be this option will be selected, and with this option only those option which is we have selected, only those invoices will be selected for the payment request. Suppose we want to specify any pay group, so we can add any pay group from here and select it. Suppose we have ABC1 group, so only the ABC1 pay group will be come up. We have selected the domestic pay group there, so if we select the domestic pay group, only those invoices which covered under the domestic pay group will covered here. Okay, suppose we have so let's deselect this option. Here is all the options is available for submitting the payment process request, whether through the currencies, whether through the business units, whether through the legal entities, whether through the sources. Okay, include zero amount invoices has been also selected, whether we select early payment. So these are the options we can select it. Suppose, and here, okay, it will be open up when we create the template. So after submitting this, we will go to the manage templates. Okay, we can cancel it and we will create our template. So now here, suppose we select the test one as a supplier, so all these invoices will be selected. Okay, suppose we have selected only the ABC one group, only these two invoices will be selected. Suppose we have selected ABC2 invoice group, then the system will cover only these three invoices. Suppose we have selected invoice pay group is domestic, only these two invoices will be selected, whether we have chosen the invoice group or not. Okay, so this is how the payment process request will be selected. Okay, so now we create so we will manage a payment process request template. Okay, again in the same options, that is the payment options, we select the payment process request. Okay, again we will go from payments, under the payables, from the task list we will create the template. Okay, manage payment process template, we click this arrow icon and click on add. Okay, so now here we are going to create a template. So we will give a name to this test template. We can create many templates we want, we have to configure these options. Okay, we can create n numbers of n numbers of templates. Okay, so now the type, if you want to choose, you can choose this inactive date. When you want to inactive your template, you can choose this date. Here is the description and here is the transaction calendar. Okay, so now we will select only the supplier. Select a supplier. Okay, from here we can select it. Now payment processing options are also there, so we have to create a disbursed bank account. We have only one disbursed bank account, we will create it. Payment document is also given there, we have to select it. Okay, here's PRA check. Payment process file is also there. We can select a payment process profile. Okay, here is the settlement and priority override, whether the settlement priority override is available or not, whether the bank charge bearer override, we can select this. Here's the starting voucher number. If you want to give any voucher number you want that is on the sequence, we can provide this. Here you can see payment conversion rate type, as we have covered this payment conversion rate type, it is also already it is already selected as a corporate. Okay, so now we have to select this options, processing option, that is review installments, and we have to create payment files immediately, because we have to create a payment file for to combine multiple payment process requests into one payment file. That is, we can schedule or manually submit the process instead in a single file. Okay, here we have seen apply credits up to a zero amount payment, we will not select it. So only those options which are required to explain you as I am dictating. Other options you can search it down or you can raise a query. Okay, here we have selected. Now we click save and then save and close. Okay, so after that we will go to the submit payment process request. Okay, after clicking on done, again under the payable options, under the payments, here we will create submit payment process request. Okay, here we will select a payment request. Okay, that is, we have created the test template, we can select it. So as soon as we click here, you can see. Okay, let's provide a name first. Okay, here we will provide test PPR. Okay, okay, we will select that. Here we have to create a test template. When you click the test template, you can see the supplier party test one supplier will be comes up here. Okay, if you want to add it, you can add it here. You can search it any other options, and it will be the system, the application will take this according the options you have selected. Or you can select the invoice group. You can manipulate this data. Okay, it is not that we have created a template, it will take only those options we have created or generated the template. You can change it from here as well. Okay, you can choose the payment method, you can choose the supplier type, or you can change you can choose the invoice group, or you can choose pay groups as well. So it is not mandatory that you have created this template, so only those options will be taken up. You can change up here. Okay, now here we will see the payment processing request. Here also you want to change, you can change your bank account if you have selected wrongly. If you want to change the payment document, you can change it. If you want to change the payment process profile, you can change it. You can change the payment conversion rate type. It is depend on you. If you have selected wrong option, you can just add it from here. Okay, we click on submit. Now then, after submitting, we cannot change. Okay, after submitting we cannot change, or we cannot edit any invoice, or we cannot edit any template. Before submission you can edit it, but after submission you will not be going to change anything. Okay, so now from here again, under the payments option we'll go. Okay, and now we will go to the manage payment process request. After clicking this, now you will see, you will search your okay, you will search it. Now you, okay, there is many done, so we have to search a name. Okay, you can see here. So the test PPR here, so you can see the stages in any installment selection. Here I told you about the selection. So this is first we have to select this. So it is pending installment review. So first we have to select it. After creating on the actions, you can see the installments of 5. That is, we have selected only 5 invoices here. Okay, the date it also showing to you. Okay, now from here we will click on the action and we go here. Now here you can see all the 5 invoices and the total amount, that is the unpaid amount, is showing for you on the $39,000. It will showing that without interest and without discount or without withheld tax, that we are going to cover in the coming up sections. Okay, so now here if you want to delete any invoice, that is if you want to unselect any invoice, you can just click on this and you can unselect it. If you want to edit any invoice, that is the amount, you can edit. Suppose I want this invoice to be 5,000. okay, I'm not going to pay 25,000, I just want to pay only 5,000. Oh, and I want to remove this invoice. Okay, so I can remove it. After this we have to save and submit it. Okay, this is the first criteria, that is the 4 options, that is to select. Okay, we can select it from here, we can save and submit, and after submitting it is creating withholding interest. So we have to refresh it again, we have to refresh it again, we have to refresh it. I have to click on refresh it. Okay, so you can see the installments has selected. So we have done with the first criteria. Now it will build and it will format it. Okay, select again. So these two options will be built and formatted. Okay, select again. So it is here pending proposed payment review, that was for the confirm it and format. So we click there. After clicking, now you can see the amount will become to $19,000 from $39,000. Why? Because we have selected only the amount of 5,000. Here you can see the invoice number is to be paid 5,000, the amount to be paid 2,000, that is document amount is 5,000. Here you can see the document amount of invoice number 13 is 25,000, but we are going to pay the 5,000 amount. Okay, here is the 14th, and you can see here, so you can see only the $19,000 we are going to pay. So we have selected, you can click on this glass button, and you can see it will show you the documents payable number, that is the payment details that are going to use here. You can see the processing details, the bills payment, payable information, the remittance information, the regulatory reporting acknowledgement details. All these amounts are here. Okay, we click on done. Oh, sorry, again we have forgotten 3 options. Okay, so here you can see the banking details, from which bank it will going, from which account it is going to remit, disbursement bank account, or the bank instruction, the clearing information is all there. We can see the history as well. We click on done, and we click resume payment process, and now again refresh it. Okay, you can see the status payment validation. Okay, we click again. Now it is created and ready for paymenting. That is, we have covered all this for, that is the select, build, format and confirm. Now again we are going to refresh it. Let's refresh. Okay, now here you can see the payment, it is showing the status that waiting for payment file processing, that is payment file processing, and formatted and ready for printing. We can click on this action arrow, and you can see the payment document is PRA, the disbursement bank account it will showing, the paper stock, that is the number stock, document number and available. Here the printer, because we haven't selected any printer, so that's why the printer is showing. We can still we continue and click on print. Okay, okay, again we can click rough. Again we will just refresh it again. Here it is submitting for printing, that is it is going to be printed. Okay, click on the action. Now here you can see all the details is given of this payment file. You can see the payment file number is also been provided, that is submitted for printing, that is the status. When we click on the record reprint status, it will be reprint. Okay, the status will be changed to printed. Here you can see the format, that is the standard check format, the creation date, the processing time, the amount summary it has been provided. It is provided the reporting. If we have option, if we have selected this option to view, it will be on this yes, and it will be open up. Here you can see the creation details, the legal entity, and all the information is given up here. Okay, so now we click on reprint. So here on this reprint option, you can reprint it. You can reprint the account document number, the action, the document form, and here we cancel it. Okay, and we click on record print status. It will show you to this amount, and we submit it. Okay, we have to submit it. After submitting, it will give you the warning that don't confirm payments unless you are sure that all payment this file completed and processed by a payment system or financial institution. This means that if we are confirmed, only after confirmation we just click on the record the printer status. After confirmation, the payments cannot be reversed. As we have already seen, we have to issue the debit note or credit note if we have wrongly issued the payment. But in that case, there will be a certain scenarios that I have already explained you in the previous sessions. Okay, once payment in a payment file confirmed, the payment file can't be terminated. Okay, so we have to be sure to record the payment status. If we are not sure, we will not be able, we will just cancel this or terminate the payment. Okay, after clicking record the print status, you can see the status of this has been changed. We click on done, and now you can see the status will be confirmed. Okay, so this is how this creating payment process request has been done. So for the today's session, we are taking only this topic, and the next session we are going to see how the prepayment invoices and is to be done, and then withhold tax. Okay, so thank you for joining this session, and I hope you can join the next session and you have understood the topic. So thank you.
Thank you so much.